Hey guys, in this video I'm trying to explain the basics of color psychology and how it relates to graphic design. Color psychology is the study of how different colors affect human behavior and emotions. In graphic design, color is used to evoke certain emotions and create a specific mood or atmosphere. And the designer understanding the psychology of color is essential to create designs that are not just beautiful but also effective. Understanding the basics of color psychology. Let us understand the basic meanings and association of primary colors red, blue and yellow and secondary colors green, purple and orange. When it comes to primary colors, red is often associated with energy, passion and excitement. It can also be associated with danger, anger and aggression. In design, red can be used to draw attention and create a sense of urgency. Blue is often associated with trust, calmness and reliability. It can also be associated with sadness and depression. In design, blue can be used to convey a sense of professionalism and stability. Yellow is often associated with happiness, optimism and friendliness. It can also be associated with caution and lack of courage. In design, yellow can be used to create a sense of cheerfulness and warmth. When it comes to secondary colors, green is often associated with nature, growth and harmony. It can also be associated with envy and greed. In design, green can be used to convey a sense of growth, health and tranquility. Purple is often associated with creativity, luxury and spirituality. It can also be associated with sadness and mourning. In design, purple can be used to create sense of elegance and sophistication. Orange is often associated with warmth, enthusiasm and energy. It can also be associated with caution and danger. In design, orange can be used to create sense of excitement and enthusiasm. It is important to note that these associations are not universal and may vary based on culture, society and individual preference. Cultural context. It is important to keep in mind that color association can vary greatly between cultures and even within cultures depending on the context and individual interpretation. As a graphic designer or a marketing consultant, it is essential to research and understand the cultural context when using the color in order to effectively communicate and not to offend any culture or group. For example, in Western cultures, white is often associated with purity and innocence, while in many Eastern cultures it is associated with death and mourning. In Western cultures, red is often associated with love and passion, while in many Asian cultures it is associated with luck and prosperity. In Western culture, black is often associated with mourning and sadness, while in many African cultures it is associated with strength and power. In Western culture, green is often associated with nature and growth, while in Middle Eastern cultures it is associated with spirituality. Blue is considered as a symbol of trust, loyalty and wisdom in many cultures, including Western and Eastern cultures. So it is important to understand the cultural context when designing for a specific audience. For example, if you are doing a design for a specific culture and a specific audience, then it is important to research the culture, learn about the history, customs and traditions of the culture you are designing for. Study the work of other designers who have created the designs for the same culture and audience. Consult with experts in the culture or audience you are designing for. They can provide valuable insights and advice on how to create a design that is culturally appropriate and effective. Color schemes and their psychological effects. It is not just about the individual colors, it is also about how they work together. Certain color combinations can evoke different emotions and create different atmospheres. Color combinations like warm colors versus cool colors, monochromatic versus complementary colors can evoke different emotions and create different atmospheres. Gender is another aspect to consider. Men and women may have a different association with certain colors. For example, pink is often associated with femininity, while blue is always associated with masculinity. However, it is important to note that these associations are not universal and may vary based on culture, society, and individual preferences. There are several ways to create color schemes that evoke a specific mood or atmosphere. One method is to use color psychology, which we just discussed. Basically, it is a study of how different colors affect human behavior and emotions and create a specific mood. Another method is to use a color wheel and choose colors that are complementary and analogous to create cohesive and visually pleasing color scheme. We can also use inspiration from nature, such as colors of a sunset or a forest, to create a specific mood or atmosphere. It is important to keep in mind the cultural context when using colors, as different cultures can have a different association and connotations of color. Contrast and hierarchy. It is important to consider color harmony and contrast. Using colors that complement each other can create a sense of balance and harmony in design, while using contrasting colors can draw attention to certain elements and create hierarchy. Contrast and hierarchy are important elements in using color to guide the viewer's eye through a composition. Contrast refers to the difference in lightness, saturation, or hue between two colors. High contrast between colors can create visual interest in drama, while low contrast can create more peaceful and harmonious composition. Using contrast to guide the viewer's eye, you can use a high contrast color for important elements such as headlines or call to action, and a low contrast colors for less important elements such as background or secondary information. Hierarchy refers to the order of importance of elements in a composition. To use hierarchy to guide the viewer's eye, you can use a dominant color for the most important elements, and secondary color for the next most important elements, and a tertiary color for the least important elements. This creates a visual flow that guides the viewer's eye through the composition and helps them understand the information. In general, it is important to keep in mind that use of colors should be consistent with the overall design and the message of the composition, and to use the color in a way that is pleasing to the viewer's eye. Accessibility. Perhaps most importantly, as a graphic designer, it is important to consider accessibility. People with color vision deficiencies may have a difficulty distinguishing certain colors, so it is important to ensure that designs are legible and easy to understand for everyone. This can be achieved by using high contrast colors, avoiding certain color combinations, and providing alternative ways of conveying the information. Gradient gradients. Gradient gradients, also known as radial gradients, are a powerful tool in graphic design as they can add depth and dimension to an image. By gradually transitioning from one to another color, radial gradients can create a sense of movement or change, making the design more interesting and dynamic. They can also be used to create illusion of depth and three-dimensionality, making the design appear more realistic and lifelike. Additionally, radial gradients can be used to add emphasis or focus to a specific area of design. Overall, radial gradients can add visual interest and depth to a design, making it more engaging and visually appealing. So by understanding the psychology of color and considering the context, harmony and contrast and accessibility, we as graphic designers can create designs that are not only look beautiful but also effectively communicate our message and engage our audience. So it is important to understand how different colors affect human behaviors and emotions in graphic design. That's it guys, I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, I would appreciate if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That would give me motivation to do more videos. And if you specifically want to know any trick, kindly do let me know in the comments below. I will try my best to make a video. Thanks for watching.